Aries, how you getting on, guys? Okay, so before I started this, I was picking up some tension, like feeling tense. But this is your January 2019 Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter. So let's see where we are. If all the information is in the description if you want a private reading, Aries. All the prices and everything's all there. So let's have a look. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aries for January. Too many. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So it's wanting to unite. Could be celebrating New Year. Could be celebrating New Year. You know, hopefully not drinking too much, but just enough. But what's just enough, Aries? What's just enough? If it's love and it's just a feeling, what is love if it's just a feeling? If it's empty? What is love if it's just a feeling? Empty, right? So there could be a return of something. Let's hope it's not codependency, Aries. But you have the Seven of Swords. Now that can be, see, that's a walking away, but also a return. A returning energy is a walking away energy. Can also mean, like, you know, it's like one underhandedness, but it's all points of growth. It's learning about Ascension. If it's to do with drugs and alcohol, you know, the only thing that you ever deceive is yourself, right? Yourself, 7. Alignment within yourself, 7. Okay, it's universal energy as well. But if it's to do with love, it's the same kind of thing. Love is a drug, right? So we form codependency of the want, need, and I. Okay, so then we learn to stop deceiving ourselves, and we balance ourselves out more fluently, and then we learn to go with the flow of life and realizing that everything is one universal energy that is exactly the same, but we have codependency. So they're lessons of learning to release control. So we have, yeah, the seven of Cups. Well, so you've got a lot of growth and learning, Aries, through January. Okay, let's pull 2 more cards for you. But I'm going to update weeklies and bonuses and stuff as well for people. Let's see, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You know, you've got 2 7s. Which is obviously karma, right? Which is karma. You know, what would you pick? The past or the future? Which one would it be? No. The present. The present moment. The present self. The present is the one in the middle. That's you. That's the one you're looking at. Okay? Well, it should be. You know, when you concentrate your energy more on yourself and you bring yourself together, you realise that this is like a Scorpio energy, really, but this is your obviously your northern self and your karmic walk completely. You know, MC, IC, north and south node, karmic walk, also Vedic astrology, K2 Rahu. Okay, but this is the darkness that's within you. Okay, that needs work reflecting on. So, you know, you look at others or you look at options, but the option that you always pick is yourself. Okay, it's always yourself, because you can't self-deceive. Well, I mean, we do, because we go through periods of growth and learning, because this is like, can be attracted to danger, or someone, this can be vice versa, Aries. But either way, you know, the universal energy of the wheel will constantly always go backwards and forwards all the time, you know, and that is how we form equality, you see, caring and sharing and balance. You know, balance. You know, sometimes people give to more, like it can be someone giving more to one family than the other family if you have 2, if you're caught in a bowl of soup. Okay? But, so you pick yourself because it's the crown chakra, it's the universal energy that gets the 8th chakra, that gets downloaded into you through your mind, okay? Just your mind, to balance out your mind. Okay, your 7th chakra is your mind chakra in order to keep you balanced and centered through the rest of them. That teaches us balance, and the scale of balance could be anything to do with a Libra maybe. Okay, but it's about equality. So when you find balance within 7 of yourself, you form why things happen in life. We gain the clarity and answers because the person that's teaching you your walk is you. It's you from the other end of the veil. It's you from behind the veil. When you start to listen to the higher mind, you form equality because it's your karma. You've come here to experience what you've done to someone else before. And that's why things can get, a heavy burden for us. I'm going to do some teaching and learning about three triangles of 3 and things of growth and learning and connections, because that's what you have. You have a reflection of purging out, release of old in order to make new. Soulmate energy is very difficult to work through because it reflects the inner version of yourself from your soul. It makes us realise, like Lucifer, of why he ran from responsibility, because that was his written path to do that, to learn himself. But if he didn't learn, he just continued to run from responsibility, and that was why we have dark and light energy of 7. Okay, he fell from 10 to 6. Okay, 666, span the wheel out of control. That's why we have patterns and cycles of return, walking away, return, walking away, return, walking away. When your energy levels fluctuate higher, okay, you learn more because you listen to the higher mind, but then your energy level can go down and you temper and balance your level through learning through soulmate energy. It's periods of growth, or love, or family, or anything, or church, religion, work, finances, money. It's all one energy current and flow of something, But it's been it will be a very heavy burden for you to carry, because it looks like someone could be choosing options between you and someone else, or you are, Aries, But if you're watching this, I would pretty much say that you're not choosing. Well, you might be, you might be. I won't lead people into more illusion and karmic illusion. These can be people around you. These are not really major arcana cards. They're just things that can be overcome within time, or they don't. That's free will. The karma that you carry here that's heavy is your free willing choice in order to keep carrying it, and it's a burden. So let's see. But you have water signs very prominent. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. More Scorpio energy really. But you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Earth sign, but no star signs. Let's see, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for January. So you have Sagittarius. So what was I saying about balancing universal energy? So this is Jupiter. So it could be Pisces as well, because Pisces is the ancient ruler of in Vedic, in Jupiter. Okay. But then you also get Neptune, but the ancient ruler, Vedic astrology. So you might be learning about Vedic. Okay, it's very difficult in order to learn. We make mistakes and we learn, but we learn through them in order to ascend. If you don't make a mistake, then what are you going to learn? We need to make mistakes in order to learn from them. So it could be someone's like. It feels confusing. Let's see, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Because you definitely have Sagittarius energy here. This could be in your chart. If it's not, it can be them that's trying to pick, that's trying to reflect on their darkness. But if you're dealing with narcissism, okay, I am starting up a narcissism kind of support group thing, but I'll see how that goes. But there is something on my channel, okay, with links to that kind of thing if you want it, and it's called my narcissism advice link. Okay, say that 4 times fast. Every Sun, Rising, or Venus. Okay, yeah. So you've got the 3 could have something to do with a Pisces or Virgo not speaking. This is the silent intuition, but this is not speaking. So it doesn't matter who it is that's around you. The reason why this is kind of happening and feeling is because no one's really communicating. Or they are, but communication is key because it leads to fear, you see. It leads to fear. Makes people, if you're, because you're obviously dealing with soulmate energy, you know, the best advice from soulmate healers and people is that you never block a connection, because regardless, it's there to learn. You have to learn. You have to learn because it's written for you to learn. That's why we have a connection. Okay, but when people block that connection and they deny it, that's when things get worse. Okay, so you know, it depends if it's you or them doing it, but you know, you can't make someone else do that. You know, being Aries, you can be very trust me, I know, you know, but you can't make someone do that. You can't make them do that. That's because then when you try to make them, you form obsession, and that's, excuse me, that's when the devil starts to kind of, you know, show its face, because that's obsession and addiction and a quality of learning through, obviously, addiction and codependent behaviour, you know. So you can't make people open up. You can only learn to use your own intuition. So this can be a guide also that's helping guide you, but we'll see through clarifying. Wheel of Fortune underneath that. So either way, the Wheel of Fortune is like backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. So you could be backwards and forwards through communicating. Someone could be returning, and it could be a soulmate. Okay, and you are forming a quality. Okay, and it could just mean that they've run from things. They're running from something from their past, because that can also is obviously a past and future and present card. So it can mean that they're running from their past to come back in order to form a quality and try to find balance through heartache that they may have caused or they think that they have, and that they're trying to balance things out. But either way, you see, it's points of growth, because you have two that are left behind, two. So that's two of decision, two deciding, okay, whether, like, is someone sneaky or am I sneaky? Are they sneaky? This can also be paranoia, you know, but it can also be a return. There always has to be a return for energy if things are not dealing, you know. Someone could be dealing, but let's have a look for you. So let's have a look at the Seven of Swords. What's the Seven of Swords talking about, please? Seven of Swords. Yeah, could have said something to do with Scorpio, and the Queen of Wands could have Sagittarius, Aries, Leo in the chart. But Sagittarius, you've kind of got Sagittarius twice, and you've got Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and this is also kind of Scorpio too. But this to me is kind of, it's kind of accepting transformation, really, you know, because the Death card overrides the Seven. Okay, so it's finding the passion back within something, hopefully through a return. Okay, so if someone doesn't return, but if you're dealing with a narcissist, say, if someone doesn't return and they continue that on, then you get a karmic return, meaning dharma, okay, karma and dharma. You get because you can't participate in people that are narcissistic if you are dealing with one. You know, there's a lot of advice out there. But either way of the scale, that when you find the self-worth, love and value within yourself, when you find that, okay, when you find that passion and that love and that forward movement within yourself to actually transform, when you find that, okay, if people are literally out to fucking do you harm, and they are, if they are, okay, when you take back your energy and you learn about yourself to align yourself, you get a return. Now, it's a return of the same person to teach you another lesson about sneakiness or not, or it's a return of someone that has accepted their transformation and they're guiding you, or you're guiding them, and you're finding the passion in yourself again. Because if they don't return and they deny it, you form that devil quality, so you receive a return of dharma. basically. Okay, but you have to purge and you have to reflect out these emotions and feelings. You can't hide from the person that you are. You know, you always have to be the person you are, regardless of who you are. You know, because you have to learn. Some people don't learn, but you still can't hide from the person that you are. If you're a genuinely caring, giving person, but you don't want to express that, well, then no one's ever going to see that, Aries. You know, no one will ever see that. If you can't see that within yourself and you need to hide, why? You know, why? Ask yourself the question, why? Ask yourself why. You know, you can't hide. You find the sun. Find the sun. So let's have a look at the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. You know, the person that you are and the communication of how you are, if you do something like this, is so important because you're also empathic. Very much so. So you have to realise, yeah, there you go. So you have to realise about that, the sword of truth. The sword of truth of who you are, okay, cuts away that darkness, which is the devil energy of what I said about codependency. It cuts that out because because I mean, this is my life path number, so you cut out that darkness. Okay, so this is like me. I'm always dressed in black, and I can't help it. I just love black, right? But this is like me looking at the camera, right? The audience, of teaching them about emotions and feelings and karma and options and choices and things to pick and devious behaviour and deception and themselves. Okay, but this is also a gift of mine that I can help drag that darkness out of you, so you're watching me as a reflection of the whole thing, becoming more Scorpio energy. Okay, accepting transformation. My transformation, I'm going to talk about myself a little bit, Aries, but my transformation of my wheel of fortune is so difficult because they're all fixed signs. Leo, Midheaven, Leo, IC, Aquarius, North and South Node, Scorpio, Taurus, okay, North Node, Scorpio. But they're all fixed. They're all fixed. So transformation for me has been so difficult in my life because it's stubborn. That's stubborn. So, but I'm also Pisces and transmutable. But you understand? You understand what I mean? So cutting away. So someone could be giving you the truth and that they've transformed. Okay, could be something to do with fire in their chart or anyone. You know, but they're transforming. You know, and they're seeking the truth, and they're cutting away that. They're seeking wisdom and they're seeking guidance, or you are, okay? And it's forming a quality, which is good, Aries. You know, so let's have a look at the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Yeah. So someone could be thinking about their past. Page of Swords is spying, okay, but it could be a reflection of something to do with a Sagittarius, looking back at a Sagittarius. But like, if this is new, then you know you've got conflicted energy, because it can also be thinking about the past too. Someone could be reflecting on trying to communicate more freely to come out of the Three of Swords energy, because the pages are like fresh and new. It progresses through, but when you have communication, when you start to learn your communication's key, because it's the only way that you find universal energy, you know. So you have to be, when you have that, you're psychic, okay, but you're also receptive to negative energy too. So you have to learn, is that me or is that you? You know, is that me or is that you? So when people block, you form fear, okay? You form fear and you don't know, because that's kind of like the advice, is that this kind of energy needs to stop, but you know, you can't force that upon people. Please tell me more about the Page of Swords. You know, someone could be looking at a Sagittarius or a guide. Temperance is a guide, so it's Pisces or Sagittarius I'll pick up. Yeah, judgment, making a judgment call on a soulmate, probably an old soulmate, or probably someone's got fire or water in their chart and an old soulmate. Please tell me more about judgment, please. Judgment. 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 Yeah, there you go. 6 of Cups. So, on a positive note, someone could be communicating about old wounding of heartache, okay? And that they're now making a judgment call about that reflection of, could have anything to do with family as well, children or family, something that's caused heartache within the family, okay? And they're now forming, so 2 spins that there might not have been equality in the old situation for them or you. You've got to figure out where you are. I can't do that for you. They might have been giving more to one person than the other person, okay? Okay, and it's not equality. And it caused heartache, or will do, okay? And that it caused a lot of thinking about someone new and making a judgment call from the person on the past in order to go towards a new soulmate, towards the future that they've recently met. Okay, that they've recently met. Could have something to do with Virgo in their chart, maybe. But you've got air sign and water sign. Let's have a look at Temperance. What's Temperance? But on the good spin, that just means that they've forgot their past and that they've found equality now. They've forgot their past, they're coming out of heartache, and they're now communicating with, wanting to communicate and make a judgment call about someone that you've recently met. Because this past doesn't mean long time past, this just means anything from the past. It just means something that was built up from the past also, okay? Something that came into fruition in certain aspects of something, you know, it came into fruition, so there was growth in it, okay? On a good spin. On a bad spin, there's someone also walking away in the corner, you know. So you kind of like have that return energy coming. Temperance. But I will do weekly updates and stuff, Aries, if you're interested. So, or, you know, Libra, balance. Could have Sagittarius in the chart, Libra. But that's completely finding balance. That's also a guide as well. You know, it's also a guide, because you have judgment and justice. So judgment, like justice, brings in the sword of truth, cutting away the past, cutting away their past, and to create something new is kind of what I'm picking up, Aries. You know, please don't blame me, because it's, well, you can. It's up to people. You know, I just read cards, so I don't know where you are. You would need a personal reading for your personal month or whatever. Okay. But a new offer, it brings in that new offer. This is this is someone that's just enjoys life. They're a bit aloof, maybe, you know, but this can be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but they're a young soul. They're an old soul, but a young soul, basically. You know, it's to Ascension, because it's kind of like that youthful energy of what, I mean, Pisces do that a lot. Cancers and water signs, they do in general. You know, they love a laugh. Yeah, it could be Pisces or Sagittarius. Sagittarius love a laugh too. You know, they do. So it's just that youthful, finding that youthful spirit again. You know. Let's have a look why the overall energy is the High Priestess. Because that is Pisces card to me. Yeah, see the 10 of Cups and I see the 7 of Pentacles. So something that was definitely built up with somebody. Yeah, King of Pentacles, so you've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Is that okay? Or anybody really. This is someone, because you've got mutable signs. Pisces is mutable, Virgo is mutable, Sagittarius is mutable, Pisces is mutable. So, but generally, this is someone that wants a commitment, you know, that is very grounded and stable, good with their finances and their money, good at family life, doesn't matter whether you're male or female, doesn't matter, because this is masculine and feminine. But this is just someone that's just like caring and nurturing and just wants a commitment, like a stable commitment, nothing that's kind of, You know, they know how to build a commitment. They know how to build a house. They know how to build life. They know how to build because they're the King of Pentacles. So they're very grounded and committed. Could have something to do with Pisces in their chart and Earth. A cross mixture of. I don't really need to. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. Clarify the Two of Cups. I mean, that's just reflection. So some people, Aries, depending on Sun, Moon, Rises and Venus as to where you are on your chart, some people, depending on your energy level and what you've cut away the truth about yourself or from your recent past or old past, or if you've done a lot of work on yourself, you're all going to be on different timelines, okay? And because this is past life, so this means past life. So it's all past life stuff. You know, if someone has been very fucking deceptive in your life and you've discovered about narcissism, that's also past life. You know, that's also past life. We can have narcissistic, very controlling parts of growth too, within anything, family or relationships or these soulmate kind of things. You know, happens, does. You know, I discovered a lot about my old thing. You know, I did, and that's where I am now. You know. But that's past life, this life, and next. So it's a chain of ascension, but it's also breaking down that structure. It's breaking down that structure of returning and collaborating with a soulmate. Okay, you'll have to pick out who you are, where you are, or whatever. Yeah, and there you go. You got the 7 again. So something that was built up from the past, recent past. Okay, and now collaborating. Waiting as well, it's also waiting, but it's also an ascension path of waiting, replanting, carrying on with life, but also waiting and kind of walking away and replanting and replanting and replanting. But it's also something that was definitely built up that had growth, like I said about this six of Cups reflection. But we'll have another look. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. I mean, if this is just a chain of ascension of 3-parted triangle, if it is, it's all parts of growth. To find that card, that one card, equality. 6 of Pentacles. You know, we can't give too much and we can't take too much. We can't take loads because then we're blocked and we're guarded and we can't receive and we can't give. It's called equality. It's what's learnt through these kind of connections. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. Wow. So, okay, so you've got the Ace underneath. Okay, so this is probably fighting with someone from the past and trying to move forward, maybe. I mean, this is also in a conflict, but this is also fighting. Someone could have been very violent in their past towards you. Someone could have been physically, mentally violent towards their past, of a reflection of something that they were caught in within three, like being chat on, you know, that kind of like cycle. And it could have become very violent and stuff like that, okay? But now, through that reflection of maybe someone new, that you're now finding yourself again and you're wanting to probably travel across sea, or that this is a guide. You know, this is your guidance of yourself, but this is also a guide. But this is someone that's caring, nurturing and giving as well. Or, on the bad side, someone's extremely foolish. So you've got water sign energy and earth sign energy, and kind of Pisces or Gemini kind of sometimes this as well. Okay, but anyone really, because it's the Fool. Also religious, and that's also religious, the 3. Yeah. But because you have the Ace underneath, that's kind of saying if it's someone old, okay, and it's caused so much devastation, move forward with the new. Move forward with the new, because it's fresh. That's the advice through that card, is move forward with the new, okay? And then you find the 10 of Cups, okay? So if it's someone old and it's loads of karma, cut away the truth, Okay, try your best to take back your own energy, like I said, through the guidance part. Okay, and then find yourself again, find clarity within yourself, move forward with the new. Okay, but you will only know that if you know that your past has been completely destructive. Okay, you will only know that. Okay, all right, guys, I'm going to leave it there, but I will do everything's in the description, prices, everything, and songs, if I have any, when I edit, they will also be in the description. All right, so I hope you have a great January. Okay, and I will add more as we go along. Okay, Aries, peace.